we start the new season with the fucking heavy hitter, the proverbial elephant schlong and the dolphin fucking contest, the Gene of AI. Fucking shit, even the name of it is pretentious as fuck. Gene of AI is a 12-episode science fiction anime developed by Madhouse, the main point of which is to wax philosophy at the viewer. The key method of doing this is the world building itself. Hikaru Sudo is a cold-blooded human doctor living in the far future of whenever that VTuber Nirosama finally acquires full sentience and becomes the primogenitor of a separate race of AI that are so humanoid they might as well be humans for all intents and purposes. Like, no joke, in the show the only thing that differentiates them from humans is that humans have human eyes and they have goat eyes, and even that feels more like something arbitrarily legalistic, but I digress. So, Sudo is a doctor for humanoids, the way these human-like AIs are called, and he has an official clinic for those purposes, and also likes to help them illegally under a special alias. He also has a nurse assistant that is a humanoid and is in love with him, and the structure of the show is fairly simple to understand and uses a way to lure people in. The show is, for the most part, just a slice of life about the adventures of a human doctor that behaves more like a robot and his loyal android nurse that looks like someone wanted to remodel Asuka from Evangelion from memory and that wants to bone our human doctor. Fair enough, some people may even enjoy it, but you know what's poured in between these ingredients? That's right, philosophy! Can AI love? Must we be bound by preconceived notions of gender, sex, sexuality, or even race? What are the ethics of making a digital copy of your brain? Is it morally okay to edit your memories to remove painful and damaging stuff from your psyche? Is it morally okay to cure your homosexuality? You see, the sad part about this is that, strictly logically speaking, these questions are interesting, and, well, using allegories is always safer than using the real thing. That's the reason these questions are tackled using humanoid AIs whose metallic brains can be edited. I'm sure a lot of you who watch this will also like this show specifically for tackling these questions. The graphics and the music of the show are also not bad, so by strictly technical and even social aspects, this is not a bad show, and I can recommend this to people who like to think about this stuff and also like science fiction. So why do I sound like I'm recommending this show begrudgingly? Do I really think that, yes, we should exterminate all the gays from this world? If only it was that easy. Even now I can't really formulate what exactly I dislike in proper English. I guess my biggest problem with the show are the questions it tries to ask, and that I either think that these questions lose their edge when we deal with robots, or these questions by design don't have a correct answer, and I honestly dislike questions like these, because at the end of the day, when the question doesn't have a strict definitive answer, the only correct answer is might makes right. Can AI love? Dunno, depends on if the AI rights activists will push enough laws to say yes. Must we be bound by preconceived notions of gender, sex, sexuality, or even race? I mean, you're going to be bound by them anyway. Every single accepted attempt to push these boundaries doesn't actually make you free from them, it only makes the closet bigger. What are the ethics of making a digital copy of your brain? These problems with copying your brain, teleportation, and other trolley problems ultimately revolve around the fact that humans are intrinsically egotistical and have an instinctual fear of doppelgangers because they steal your life. And that's not even going into the Hobbesian argument that humans are also evil by nature and will use the powers of editing memories to create sleeper terrorist cells, or will create trigger phrases that will override your brain and sell them to the marketing companies. The biggest problem this anime has from a conceptual standpoint is that robots in this whole story feel unwanted. They are quite poorly constructed plot devices who are made out of the most oldest cliches about robots to wax philosophy at the viewer because the author doesn't have the balls to just use black people, lesbians, trans, or creative people, or Ainu, or anything else. As a result, you have scenes like the ones in the last episode where we find out not Asuka's backstory and that she had a tyrant of a mother that wanted her daughter to be a carbon copy of her, and I'm thinking, your mother is a robot. So an AI created another AI for the sole purpose of tormenting it, is what you're trying to say. Basically, the biggest problem with the show is that I don't really have empathy, so I can't relate.